Mike, I always got to throw some kind of wrinkle in. I appreciate it though. Hopefully they don't flag us for playing unlicensed music. But it's Monday night.
Oh my goodness. What's up,
Oh,
y'all?
we we think we got a game going on tonight. I might be asleep by halftime.
I'm not watching. I'm playing Call of Duty tonight. The hell with it.
That sound like good plan. But before we get into yesterday's games, some breaking news this morning. Something we've been talking about for weeks needed to happen.
Yep.
Finally happened. ESPN, give us a call. We know before y'all know. We've been telling you they gonna do it. They need to do it. If the ball wanted to save his job, the Giants had to bench their quarterback
Should have done
weeks ago.
it. Yeah. I
So
don't know
that
if he should have started this season.
no, with all the money that you had on him on his contract, you got to give him the opportunity. But when you saw which direction it was headed,
Mm-hmm.
you should have changed course. Um, the Giants have benched their starting quarterback Daniel Jones in favor of Tommy DeVito. Um, Last time Tommy DeVito played for him, he played pretty decent, but he eventually got replaced. But what made him one of the more popular or polarizing figures in sports at that time was his agent. His
Yep.
agent would be on the sideline looking like he a mob boss.
I think Tommy DeVito, he can't do no worse than Daniel Jones, I'll say that.
Nope.
Uh was you at the NFL draft when it was here in Nashville?
Yeah, I got a picture with him.
Yeah, that was the year that Daniel Jones got drafted. And I
Yeah.
remember when the Giants drafted him, it was like a very low cheer because I think everybody knew that he wasn't no good.
Well, he was doing photos that day, and I did get a picture with him. Great person, bad quarterback.
Yeah, he awful. Um, he's got the third most turnovers since he came into the league in 2019. I think without saying that he's nothing without. I'm gonna just say it, he's nothing without Saquon. Saquon was the team. Period. That's bad to say. Saquon is gone. They look awful. Saquon looks like I don't know what Saquon looked like. He looked like a energized, more athletic Barry Sanders on the Philadelphia Eagles, just hurdling people. He looked faster. He looked happy. He looks like he's hungry, like he has something to prove still. Um, and the Giants are awful. And the Giants, they do have some nice pieces on their team. I like Dexter Lawrence. I like the defense that they have. Kayvon Thibodeau. I do like some of them, but Daniel Jones is just he's awful. And I won't put it all on Daniel Jones. I put it on the organization as a whole because other than Malik Neighbors, what really do you have? You
Well,
have names at wide receivers. They show up every now and then. You had Shepard, Slayton. You refuse to use Jalen Hyatt. I'm yet to understand that. Um, I just don't understand this team. I just don't.
now correct me if I'm wrong. Brian Dayball came in that one year, his first year with Daniel Jones. He actually had Daniel Jones looking good, and that was his, I believe, his contract year, and he got a real nice contract, and he has regressed since.
Yeah, the Giants made the wrong choice, and I didn't watch the what is the show? Hard Knocks.
Hard knocks.
I didn't watch the show, but I heard that the owner said he wouldn't be able to sleep if Saquon went to the Giants. I mean, went to the Eagles.
You should have gave him the fucking money he wanted, or at least offered him some money.
It was that simple.
Just offer him
Um,
some money. He didn't
and
want to
seeing the
leave.
success that Saquon have, he probably not sleeping too well.
No,
I don't. I don't think Daniel Jones will ever be a starting quarterback again.
he won't. They won't get anything for him if they try to trade him. They're gonna have to cut him and take that dead cap.
Yeah, yeah. I don't. I just don't see it. I don't think that. I just don't think he that good.
Well, the
I
owner,
think paid. if I ain't mistaken, after he had that career game in the playoffs against the Vikings. That was his best game.
Well, the owner came out today and said that the decision was purely on football performance and not financial considerations. Now he can say what he wants, but if Daniel Jones gets hurt out there, he's still guaranteed some of that money.
Yeah, I mean, it sounds good. You can say whatever the hell you want to say, but you still gonna have to pay him.
Well, we'll move on from that. We'll see which direction they go. Who was that just said that? Trey said Dion and Shakur to New York City. I honestly, at this point, want to believe Dion when he says he will be coaching college football next year. I know that he will have a hand in where his son goes. He'll have a hand in
Yeah,
where Travis Hunter goes. But I think he actually will be coaching college football next year.
I don't think he wants to coach the NFL right now. I just don't.
He knows the egos that are involved
Hmm.
because he was one,
Oh yeah, most definitely, most
but he was
definitely.
worth it. He was
I
worth it.
don't think that. I don't think you leave Colorado and come to the Giants. I just don't.
Nope.
Hell no. Matter of fact.
In other off-field news, though, um, Lil Chucky, aka John Gruden, signed with Barstool Sports.
I seen that. What's that
Uh,
about?
um, well, he can't get a head coaching job right now because of
He's still under the investigation, right?
well,
For them
he's
emails.
the emails, questionable emails about people of color,
Mm-hmm.
but I don't know the full situation of that. You can say what it is, but as far as the TV personality, if you take all of that away, um, he's a smart man when it comes to football. He's a character in front of the screen, so he's gonna get money.
Mm-hmm.
Even if the black community doesn't support him, you got people that's gonna support his cause.
Yeah, for sure. They will. Hell, they back supporting Morgan Wallen. They'll support him. It's all right.
Man, m- what Morgan Wallen did was not as bad as what John Gruden did.
Oh, it wouldn't. But I
The way
mean,
Morgan Wallen did it, it's like, yeah, my black friend gave me permission to say it. That's how his was. But anyway,
still.
um, also off field news, Elon Musk and X partners with the NFL. So I briefly looked into it today. I didn't look deep, but evidently they're gonna put all the NFL stuff into one spot. So if teams are posting information, it'll
Mm-hmm.
be all in one thread. That way you don't have to go look for it anywhere, and it'd be right there. Honestly, you could did that yourself with just a little bit of time, about 15 minutes of your time. Find the team's handles and then add them to your own little feed.
Yeah.
But I guess Musk is just trying to find ways to make money.
Yeah, that's all. They and ain't nothing wrong with it. Hell, that's
Business
what we doing right now.
businessmen make business decisions.
That's it.
Christmas Day, Beyonce is to perform at the Houston game.
That's when I get my second plate of food. I'm not a part of the beehive, man. I
uh,
don't hate. Don't get it wrong. Don't get it twisted. Don't send the beehive for me. I'm not a. That's just not my avenue of music.
I
She's
feel you.
ex. She's ex.
I'm happy for her. I'm not happy with her.
Yeah. I hope it just doesn't mess up like the Mike Tyson fight did, to where they couldn't see it because it's on Netflix.
Oh, it is. Yeah, it's gonna be some problems.
Oh, absolutely. I mean, that beehive is coming, so yeah, it's gonna be some problem.
Anyway, let's talk some real football. We briefly touched on it Sunday morning, but Thursday night game, Philadelphia won 26-18.
Hmm.
Um, they overcame some poor execution, missed field goals, uh, and then had them three fourth quarter touchdowns.
Yeah, I mean, Philadelphia, they coming along. I'm a very harsh critic of my team. I
You
really
should
am.
be.
They playing good. They not playing great. I think they could play a little better on offense. I do love what I'm seeing from the defense. I do. Bryce Huff, he still ain't earning that contract that he got, but he is playing better. Um, Nolan Smith, he's playing better. N'Kobe Dean and Zach Bond, we actually have some legit linebackers now.
A
Um,
good young core.
yeah, the secondary is a million times better than I ever could have imagined this year. I did not see this. I just didn't. I didn't see it. Like I said yesterday, Quinyon Mitchell, he's playing out his mind. Cooper DeJean, Reed Blankenship from MTSU. Um, they playing great, man. With Slay, Slay's the vet. Um, they just playing good. I'm shocked. C.J. Gardner Johnson back there. The defense is playing how they played the year we went to the Super Bowl, and it looks like the offense is trying to play like they want to get back to the offense we had then.
I'm gonna start calling y'all secondary the mulatto secondary.
It's a bunch of it's an interracial relationship back there
Hey,
for sure.
half black, half white, but they balling.
They balling.
Uh,
Um, on the other side of the ball, if you're a Washington fan, uh, you still got a promising season. You got a hell of a young quarterback. You got a hell of a young core. You didn't have Marshawn Lattimore. Austin Eckler looked like a young Austin Eckler in this game. So you got a hell of a 1-2 back there
hey,
running the ball.
where was Scary Terry? Did they ever find him? Because he sure as hell wasn't on the field for the
Hey
game.
man, they had that Quinyon on him, man. He couldn't do nothing.
Golly,
He couldn't do nothing.
shut
He
down.
finally caught some passes. Former Eagle Zach Ertz, he had a hell of a game. He had a good game, caught a late touchdown. Um, we'll see. We'll see how this is. We play Sunday night this week. We play the Rams. So let's see how they do against Puka and Cooper Cup because they put on a show yesterday. We'll get into that in a minute.
Hmm. We had Green Bay versus the Bears. Green Bay pulled that one out 2019. It was a little closer than I was expected, but then again, it's mid-season and division rivalry stand.
This is the best game Caleb Williams has played. He looked he looked decisive. That's the best way I can describe him. He looked like, okay, make my reads. If it ain't there, I'm either gonna run or I'm gonna throw it away. Uh, is it Thomas Brown, the new offensive coordinator? Is that his name?
Thomas Brown is who replaced what was his name?
Shane
Luke
Walton.
Getz. Yeah, Shane Walton. Why did I say Luke
Yeah,
Getz? That's who got fired in Las
he
Vegas.
looked. The offense looked much better yesterday. Of course, it's still room to improve. We're not gonna act like it's just fixed, but Caleb Williams looked more poised. He looked more decisive yesterday than he has in previous games. So that was a plus. Um, they got oh my goodness, is it Roshan Johnson, the
Yep,
backup running back? I
from
think they need to
University of
start
Texas.
utilizing him more. He looked good yesterday. DeAndre Swift looked good too. They
Well,
need to utilize running the ball more.
well,
Um,
I'll tell you what gave him the opportunity to look a lot more poised is Green Bay's defense does not send a lot of pressure.
yeah, they don't blitz a lot.
So when you don't have a lot of pressure, you got a little bit of time to sit back there and you're not as nervous. Now, see if he does the same thing when he comes up against the team that's going to blitz his ass. But yesterday he had a little bit of time.
Well, this next week they play Detroit Thanksgiving Day, so
Mm. You know what? I think I'm gonna get me a turkey leg just to eat after that game.
so oh, that's the next game. I didn't even see, but
Hey man, that was a shellacking.
it was really like you know, week one college football how it used to be. Not now that they've done a conference of alignment. The teams, the top five, top 10 teams, they would play a team that they ain't had no business being on the field with them. They beat them like 70-0. That's what this looked like.
UT Knoxville playing UT Chattanooga.
That's what it looked like. It was bad, man. It was just bad. And I know Jacksonville, they didn't have Trevor Lawrence. I don't even know if it would have made a difference.
It wouldn't have. As a matter of fact, we talked about I sent out a lot of bets yesterday. But for that particular game, I sent out the most bets. And every last one of those bets hit yesterday.
Yeah. And I told y'all yesterday, we said Laporta was out. I said Brock Wright will probably score a touchdown. He scored a touchdown. They scored a touchdown on their first 7 possessions of the game. Then they kicked a field goal and then they kneeled the ball out.
Amon-Ra St. Brown had 11 catches for 100 and what 61 161.
161 and 2 touchdowns.
Oh Lord, he's still
And they
catching
playing
balls
like
on.
Jameson Williams got involved. Um, Jared Goff dumped the ball off to Jameer Gibbs yesterday. It wasn't a touchdown. It went for like 40 or 50 yards. That man was moving so fast, he probably would have got a speeding ticket if they was on the interstate. I ain't, dude, that dude can go. I want to see how, if they can, I need to know how fast he was running on that play. That was absolutely insane how fast he was going.
I think there's a way to research it, and if there is not a way to research it, I guarantee you ESPN will have something up within the next day or so, because
That was
they
crazy.
usually do something like that.
Detroit, the best team in the NFL.
And that was the worst loss in Jaguars history.
Yeah, Doug Peterson, this is his last season.
What'd you say? Enough is enough.
Yeah, it's over. I mean, I'm always going to have a special place in my football emotions and heart for Doug Peterson because he was the head coach of our Super Bowl winning team, our Super Bowl 52 winning team. But I mean, it's the end of the road for Doug Peterson. Now, this is not to say that he can't go somewhere and be a good offensive coordinator, and maybe on down the line he'll get another head coaching job. It's not like he don't know football. It's just like he just needs to rebrand himself and just come back because the season's over with for Jacksonville anyway.
Done.
And today, I think was it Gabe Davis that's out for the season today? Did you see that on
No, I
Sniper?
didn't. I missed that.
Yeah, he's having some. It's either his meniscus or his shoulder. It's one or the other. But he's they putting him out on see. His season is over, so it's over.
And now I didn't see it because some of us got to go to work.
Shit, y'all better. I ain't got nothing to do with that.
All right, we had the Dolphins versus the Raiders. Dolphins won 34-19. Um, when we discussed this yesterday, I think my reads were off.
I think we have to accept that Jonnu Smith is the number 2 wide receiver on this team now.
Yeah,
Jalen Waddle is an afterthought. I think that's just the honesty of it. And I think we all had high hopes and dreams of Jalen Waddle being the Jalen Waddle he was, what, 3 years ago? And that's just not happening. Jonnu Smith is a huge part of this offense. Tyreek Hill, he's still the one. He had a decent game. He didn't have a Tyreek Hill game. Um, A-Chan, Devon A-Chan, he gonna do his thing. But it looks like Miami, they coming along. They defense played well. They coming along. It may be
did
too
did,
late.
did you see Brock Bowers though?
Man, look here. I got Brock Bowers on 2 of my fantasy football teams. That man is I'm telling you, best tight end in the game right now.
He's a unicorn.
Cuz yeah, what did he have? Like 11 catches, 100 something yards, and a touchdown, I believe.
Yeah, he had 11 catches on 13 targets, if I remember correctly.
Yeah, he was legit.
I
It's
was
gonna be
actually expecting
very
them to take him out of the
interesting.
game.
It's gonna be very interesting to see what the Raiders do this offseason.
Shadur,
You think they get Shador?
I think they do. I didn't read the post, but it popped up on my feed, and I was in the middle of something, forgot to go back and look for it. But
Hmm.
supposedly he said something or posted something that kind of hinted that that's where one of the spots that he'd like to go.
Yeah.
I have to look further into it.
I have a scenario for you. I want to know if this is plausible. Let's say the Raiders got the number two and number three pick. Do they have the assets to move up to get another, like maybe 4 or 5 pick and get Shador and Travis Hunter?
No,
They don't have the assets to do that?
I am pretty sure they do not.
Because the only thing I can think they got on their team is Max Crosby.
Yep.
Unless they're going to trade some future first round picks or something. But other than that,
Uh,
I can't think of nothing they got other than Max Crosby.
for that to happen, it is going to have to be one of those Herschel Walker to the Minnesota Vikings,
Hmm.
or moving up to get the Ricky Williams. It's gonna have to be one of those deals. You're gonna have to
Yeah.
give up a whole lot of your future just
Mike
for that,
Dicker traded his whole damn draft away to get get Ricky
and
Williams.
then put Ricky Williams in a wedding dress.
Hmm.
That folks don't remember that one.
Oh, here we go. This was a good game.
It was better than I thought. I didn't think it was gonna be that good of a game, but it turned out good. The Los Angeles Rams beat the New England Patriots 28-22. Matthew
The Rams
Stafford
are
threw for
getting
four
healthy at
touchdowns.
the
So what?
right time. The Rams are getting healthy at the right time.
Yes.
And the one thing, and I'm talking to Philly, I know the Eagles ain't gonna see this. The one thing that you do not want to see, excuse me, is a hot Matthew Stafford. He on fire right now. He got his weapons back. Now that is taken away from Kyron Williams scoring touchdowns, I believe. But
But that's fine. And the reason I
oh,
say
it
this,
ain't. I mean, Kyron's still getting involved. He just
and
not scoring touchdowns.
and the
But
reason
they
I
had 28 points, and Matthew Stafford threw for 4 of them, all 4 of them. So yeah, it's fine.
and part of the reason I say that's fine is the same reason I say it's a good thing that Cooper Cup and Puka Nakua was injured earlier, because you got other players who wasn't on your radar involved. Um, Get them familiar with the offense, and now they know what's going on. So you still got you got a good number three and number four option if your number one and number two is not hitting.
Yeah,
Blake Corum, he's spelling Karen Williams down and doing a hell of a job doing that. So you're gonna keep your people fresh as long as they stay healthy.
yeah. As long as they stay healthy, Kyron has stayed healthy all season, which he didn't get to do last year. Matthew Stafford looks healthy. Puka Nakua, I think he just knocked the wind out of himself when he caught that ball yesterday. He is a big physical wide receiver. And Cooper Cup somehow he just catches everything. He just go through the middle. He just do what needs to be done, and he just gonna catch it. And you got a
Abraham
guy
said,
back here. Man, Matthew Stafford is a hell of a quarterback. I don't know why we don't talk about him a lot, but Matthew Stafford is a hell of a quarterback.
because people still think he played for the old Lions.
Yeah. Hey, I'm telling you, Matthew Stafford, he won a Super Bowl. I'm telling you, this dude, he for real.
So Abraham said the NFC West is up for grabs. Correct. Um, that division gonna be
I'm gonna
tough,
say this, man, and I'm serious when I say this. I think the 49ers are done.
at least for
I,
this year.
we haven't got to them yet, but we was talking about the NFC West is up for grabs. They've lost to every team in that division, and if those teams keep winning, there's no way that they can catch up.
Yeah, that's what
We ain't
happens
got,
when
we
you
ain't got
have
to talk about them right now.
say what?
We ain't got to talk about them right now till we get on that game. But he said the NFC West is up for grabs. I think it's a three team race. But we'll get there when we talk about the 49ers.
All right. Another game that went a lot different than one I expected. New Orleans Saints beat the Browns 35-14.
How did you think that was gonna go?
Man, I honestly thought the way Jameson Williams, James, the way
James Winston.
the way that he played past couple weeks was efficient
Hmm.
enough that I thought if they got ahead, they were going to be able to run Nick Chubb and run Jerome Ford.
Yep.
And he hooked up with Judy.
Judy had a hell of a game.
Yeah, him and Judy
And I
hooked up.
think that was the problem. The Browns, excuse me, they never got ahead. And you know, if Jameis Winston is your quarterback and they behind, you know he finna throw the ball 40 times. He threw the ball 46 times. I mean, he threw the ball 46 times, went 30 for 46, 395 yards and 2 touchdowns. He didn't have a bad game. It's just, I mean, Jerry Judy had a career game.
So the one thing that I was looking forward to with that game um, was his pregame speech, and he never
And they gave
disappoints.
it to you.
He never disappoints.
Never, never. Even they know on Sunday countdown. That's
Oh,
why I seen that yesterday.
they made sure they put him on camera because they
Oh yeah,
knew.
you have to. You have to. The Saints, I ain't gonna lie, man. The Saints look since they made this coaching change, they've gone the opposite way of the Jets. They look better.
Yeah, they
And
definitely
damn
do.
Taysom Hill, as long as he's healthy, he's a weapon.
You just got
But
to know how to use it.
you got to know how to use him. And he does turn the ball over. He fumbled and he threw an interception yesterday. But I mean, you can't argue with over 100 yards rushing and 3 touchdowns.
So the game that I had tabbed as the game of the day, um, definitely did not disappoint.
And it was
Pittsburgh,
that.
Pittsburgh 18, Baltimore Ravens 16. George Pickens did not do what I thought he would do.
Hmm. I don't know what it is about Baltimore. Whenever they lose, Derrick Henry don't run the ball more than 15 times.
You got to give him at least 13 carries a game. They said on ESPN earlier, at least 13 points a game. Todd Monken better be careful.
Yeah, if you Baltimore, you have, and I know Derrick Henry. He fumbled on the first damn play of the game. Uh, Lamar, he's heard that he's 1-4 against Pittsburgh, and I know players say it don't bother him. It bothers human nature. That bothers you if you're a competitor to know that you can't beat somebody. That bothers you. You press and you know it bothers him. He wants to beat Pittsburgh, and Pittsburgh they know how to play Lamar. They know how to play Lamar. And another thing I want to say about Pittsburgh, because this was a hell of a game. I don't understand why when we do MVP discussions, they don't put defensive players in there. TJ Watt is just a game changer. Whenever you talk about the most valuable player, that's what it should be. It shouldn't be a quarterback award. This dude is a game changer.
I mean, he will be in the discussion for defensive player of the year, but like you said, they should give some kind of mention of it.
Now, it'll never happen again, but I'll give y'all a fun fact. I believe the year I was born in 1983. A kicker won the MVP award by the name of Mark Mosley for the Washington Redskins. He was literally the reason why they was a great team that year. Chris Boswell wins games for Pittsburgh just like Mark Mosley did. He'll never win MVP. That'll never happen again. But his name needs to be brought up. He's a clutch kicker.
Hey, who was the
And
last kicker drafted in the first round?
I tell, I know Abe, he's excited about Pittsburgh. I keep telling him they're not going to the Super Bowl. The reason I say that is because when you get in the playoffs, their defense can win a Super Bowl. Their offense can only take them to the division round. You're going to have to start scoring some points. They got the number 2 ranked scoring defense. When you play Pittsburgh, the one thing about them, you got to beat them. You have to out physical Pittsburgh to beat them. That's the way they play. That's the way they've always played since Chuck Noll and the '72 Steel Curtain Steelers. They gonna play. They gonna play tough defense. They gonna bring it.
Hey,
You got to go beat.
while we are on kickers, I got a question. Who
Mm-hmm.
was the last kicker drafted in the first round?
This year.
The last kicker
Oh,
that was
who's the
drafted in the
last
first
kicker
round.
drafted in the first round? Period. Was it Sebastian Janikowski?
It was Sebastian Janikowski. And one more kicker fact with
You didn't
Justin
know I
Tucker,
knew that, did you?
missing the field goals that he missed yesterday,
He's not the most accurate kicker anymore.
Eddie Pinero.
I see, I seen that. Yeah. Yep. And,
Oh,
and look, man, we always hold certain people in high regard. Justin Tucker in our lifetime, up until yesterday, been the most accurate kicker. Like when he walked out onto the field, like it's 3 points. That ain't been happening this year.
mm-mm.
Like he is struggling to the point to where you thinking, hey. Now John Harbaugh came out post game and said that they still got full faith in him. If he keep missing these kicks, that's going to change. The kickers are probably the easiest replaced position on a team, especially right now the way these kickers getting replaced.
So he's
So,
the kicker. He's the kicker on my fantasy team, and the bye week. Their bye week is not this coming week, but the following week.
hmm
Now I don't know if I want to drop him and pick up another kicker, or if I just want to drop somebody I'm not using, pick up a kicker, and then drop them later. So I got decisions to make.
it's tough because I seen a lot of people dropping him.
Mm. I'm gonna see what he do this week. If he do all right this week, I'm gonna hold on to him.
I do like this Pittsburgh team though, man. They're hard to beat, and they always say a good running game and a good defense will travel. The way they play, they can play in any weather, anytime, anywhere. They're not gonna care. They got their coach's mindset. They tough. They hard nosed. They will knock your ass out. You always have to worry about number 90 coming off that edge. They make defensive plays. They cause turnovers. Joey Porter Jr. back in that secondary. Minka Fitzpatrick. They have a hell of a defense.
They
They
do.
just need this offense to score a few more points and be a little bit more consistent. And if they can fix that, you never know.
Now you know throughout history, anytime Pittsburgh has had a good team, it's been because of the defense.
Yeah, absolutely. Even those teams that Ben was on,
Yeah.
it was just when they needed the points, Ben could go get the points.
Yep.
It's just that they just need to score a little bit more. Russ had a bad interception yesterday, but it didn't come back to bite him. But you could just tell, man, the Ravens, Lamar, he looked rushed. He was, instead of making the good play, he was trying to make the perfect play, and he hurried himself up. But all in all, this was a good game. And what I don't understand, getting back to Derrick Henry before we move on, they scored the touchdown late. They knew they was going for two on the 2 yard line. Why was Derrick Henry not in the game? Even if Lamar, even if Lamar was going to run that ball on the edge, they had, they knew to keep their eye on Lamar
Well,
because you didn't have Derrick Henry in the game.
if you are not passing to the running back in that situation, which they were not, had no intention,
Yes,
you at least put Derrick Henry in there for perception.
yes, at least because everybody went where Lamar went. So
Um,
that's
I think something was meant for Nelson Aguilar. If you
hmm
look at him in the replay, he looks like he is just out of place.
yeah, and it's like if they don't get Derrick Henry going early, they just go away from him, and you can't do that. It cost them. It definitely cost them, but they not out of it. They still a good team. Pittsburgh just the king of the hill in the NFC. I mean the AFC North right now. That's just the reality of it.
Yeah.
They
And
was the only team in that division that won yesterday.
so this next game,
I'm gonna
um,
let you have it.
the Minnesota Vikings did not play in Minnesota, but they played a home game.
They did. That was bad.
Um, it's like every Titans fan that had PSL sold their shit yesterday.
Yeah, it was
Um,
bad.
my homie Josh McDowell, aka the Smoke Boss, he posted on Facebook. He was like, "Do the Titans not tailgate anymore? Cause it's dry as hell down here."
That's what worries me about the Titans getting this new stadium, man. They don't have no reason. If you was to get tickets to a Titans game, who would you want to see? That's what bothers me about this team. They don't have nothing for you to see. And if they don't, and what that means in football terms, if they don't have nobody that you want to go see, they probably not a good football team. So that's why I asked you when I asked you yesterday if you wanted to go to the game. What did I say? You didn't want to see Justin Jefferson? I said nothing about a Titans player. I wasn't hating. It wasn't none of that. And the crazy part about it, Justin Jefferson wasn't the one that killed him. It was Jordan Addison.
So it wasn't this game, but one of my homies hit me up and said, "Hey man, I got an extra ticket to the game Sunday. You want to go?"
And the crazy part about it, what up, Q? Minnesota didn't even really look that good
They
yesterday.
didn't. They didn't. Uh,
The
uh,
Titans got a long way to go, man.
we
A
are
long
who
way
they
to
thought
go.
we were. Old Dennis Green. He used to be a coach for the Vikings before he made that famous quote with the Cardinals. We are who they thought we were.
I didn't think they was gonna be this bad. I didn't. I honestly didn't. Uh, I will say this about the Titans, man. What the hell is the boy name? Will Levis. He looks these past couple games. I give him credit. He's looked better. He did have a 98-yard touchdown pass to Westbrook Akine. Hey, he's a talented wide receiver. He's pretty good.
Man, longest catch in franchise history.
Yeah, he's
And
pretty good.
I didn't think he had wheels like that because he was rolling.
I've never seen him run like that either. He's
Man,
pretty good. I will say that. I give you that. He is a pretty good receiver. Now, whenever the Titans have a pretty good receiver, that means he got to get paid, which means he'll probably be on another team next year. But that's okay.
he'll never get paid like he plays. And
Yeah,
he's
no, no.
every year he comes in, he's the third or fourth option, but he plays more like a one or two
Yeah,
than the one and twos do.
he does.
So, all right, enough of the trash. Oh no! While we on this, you said Will Levis was starting to look pretty decent. That's what scares me because if he continues to improve and continues to look better,
You're not drafting a quarterback.
not drafting a fucking quarterback,
Mm-mm.
and we're gonna have a top five pick.
Yeah, and I don't think you're gonna draft a quarterback either.
Nope. And they ain't gonna let Travis Hunter come here. Dion put a stop to that real fast.
Mm-mm.
Anyways,
Travis Hunter probably be gone by then.
he should be.
Oh,
Anyways,
you got
um,
Murray.
this game went kind of like I thought it was gonna go. Um, Indianapolis Colts versus the Jets. Jets continue their fall. Oh, he he trying to show y'all the merchandise.
Yeah, we got merch. Um, the Jets suck, man. The Jets just suck. That's, that's just the bottom line. They suck. This defense ain't what it used to be. Aaron Rodgers ain't what he used to be. The team ain't no good. Throw the whole thing away. It's over. You ain't won shit since 1960. Another 3-4 years ain't gonna kill you. It's over. It don't take much analysis. Like I think the difference between our podcast and most, they give you a bunch of crazy stats, numbers, and analytics, and we could do that. But I think it's better for your audience when you come in here and you just be honest and you just tell them what you see. And it looks like the game has passed Aaron Rodgers over. Can he still go out there and play? Yes. It's just like if you watch the Mike Tyson fight. Can Mike Tyson still throw a punch that'll knock your ass out? Yes. Can he do it for 8 rounds? No. He
First,
looked awful.
first
It's
of
over.
all, Mike Tyson shouldn't have had to even go them for 8 rounds because if anybody watched that fight, every time Mike bit his glove like that, Mike was telling himself, "Motherfucker, I can knock you out right now, but there's stipulations in this fight that's keeping me from doing it."
Yeah, true. But he also 58 years old and it's time to hang him up.
It is. I'm proud of him though.
It's just like Aaron Rodgers, bro. You 40. It's. I mean, you can get mad at your offensive line, and I mean, but at some point, man, it's time. It's
You
time.
you are not Tom Brady.
No, you're not. You can still throw a ball, but no, it's over. Brees Hall. I made my plea on the pod yesterday, and he listened to me. He got exactly what I asked for. I appreciate that.
Anthony Richardson
Uh,
got my anytime TD.
Anthony Richardson had his best game ever. Let's see if he can keep capitalizing on this. He made some good throws. He took some touchdowns away from Jonathan Taylor, but that's okay.
He didn't take himself out for a play.
Yeah, he did not take himself out for a play. It looks like the team wants him to be good, and that's always a plus. The coaches was cheering him on, the players was rooting for him, so that's good. And this coach team, as bad as we talk about them, they like one game out of first place if I ain't mistaken in that division. So they keeping the pressure on Houston.
All they need is
I'm
some
not a,
consistent
I'm not a
quarterback play.
Texans. For those of y'all who know, I'm not a Texans fan. I just hate the Cowboys. I'm fly Eagles fly through and through. This just to show how much I hate Dallas. But go ahead. We on Denver and Atlanta.
Man, you talking about a bad read yesterday? I had a bad fucking read on this one. Golly.
So I think it's time to come to the realization that Jaden Daniels got some company in this offensive rookie of the year. I
Bo Nick
think
starting to look good.
I think we thought Jaden Daniels was running away with this award. Maybe we thought Malik Neighbors was second. Bo Nix is these past 4 games. Bo Nix has been outplaying Jaden Daniels, and Denver looks much better. I know we malign Sean Payton. They call him this offensive genius and all this old good stuff or whatever, but Bo Nix is playing his ass off right now. In the pocket, out the pocket. Javante Williams was running the rock. I don't know where this Devon Vele, is that his name? I don't know
Devon
where he
Vale.
came from.
Devon Vale.
He's doing well. They finally get Marvin Mims the ball. He's a playmaker. Cortland Sutton got the ball yesterday. This Denver team is dangerous.
Well, I told you that Javante Williams rushing plus receiving yards over 30
Yeah,
was way too low.
yeah. He shattered that.
Yeah.
They didn't really do much with Audric Estime yesterday, but I think Javante Williams did so well they just
They didn't
they
have to turn
couldn't.
to him. But
But
yeah,
this Denver team,
Devon Vale, he's a second year player, I believe, and he's like 6'4", big body
yeah,
receiver.
yeah, he's a big receiver. Hey, this Denver team, I'm telling you, as the times go on, and it gets colder outside, and these teams are used to playing in cold weather, like the Pittsburgh and the Broncos. These are teams that you don't want to see around this time because they got defenses that will lay your ass out. They are a dangerous team. Denver can run the football, they can throw the football, and they got a defense that will come and get you. This is a dangerous football team, man. And I think right now they got that last playoff spot. So
Bell's a rookie. Oh,
let me
sure.
see
Yeah, he is. He sure is.
who.
'Cause Devon Bell. Cause
Yeah, yeah, he is a rookie.
I did a prop write up on him earlier in the year.
Yeah, yeah, he is a rookie.
Cause he was getting like 7 targets a game.
And let me say this about Atlanta. First of all, I hate that they beat us in that Monday night game because that cost us the number one seed. Well, maybe it didn't the way Detroit playing. I don't know what Atlanta is.
And they starting to not know.
Yeah, Atlanta just don't. I don't know, man. I don't know if Atlanta is what we thought Atlanta was. Like, I don't know. That's TBD. We'll come back to that one. We'll see how they look this week, but I don't know about that one.
Yeah, Bell was picked in the 7th round.
Yeah, he was a late pick. I just didn't know what college he came from.
Um, he came from Utah, but I believe he was at Oregon before that, right? Um, Abraham said
He
he
may
was
have
at
been.
Oregon.
Now I know Troy Franklin, the other receiver, was Bo Nick's teammate.
Yeah,
But that Falcons team, man, I don't.
yeah.
Kirk Cousins may be aging like Aaron Rodgers.
We're gonna have to start putting some respect on the Broncos' name.
Got to. Got to, man. That AFC West, I'm telling you, other than the Raiders, it's catching up. I'm telling you, it's catching up with they catching up with Kansas City. We don't see it, but I'm telling you, they catching up.
Is the Kirk Cousin experience over in Atlanta? Experience, experiment, whatever you want to call it. Um, it's very possible that it heads that way because there's a lot of money. There's a lot of money for his contract, and
Yeah.
if they can find a way out of it and move on with Penix, because you don't want to
Hmm.
have Penix. He's Penix damn near 26 right now. You
Yeah.
don't want to have him sitting too long.
Hmm. They may give him one more season. Maybe.
Kirk Cousins is stature back there right now.
Yeah, he can't move. Him and Aaron Rodgers damn near look the same. You put some pressure on them, it ain't nothing they can do.
Yeah, that 100 million guaranteed, but how much of it's going to be on the books? Um, they still gonna have to pay him, but how much is it gonna hurt their cap?
All right, shit,
Arthur
it's
Blank
going,
got the money. He got that Home Depot money.
yeah, yeah, it's gonna touch them.
So
That'll be an interesting off-season thing too.
yep. So something I didn't expect yesterday. I did not expect the Seahawks to beat the 49ers.
I didn't, but I'm not surprised. Um, like I say the same thing about Aaron Rodgers, and it's just certain things that we have to come to the realization about. San Francisco just not that good of a football team as they was these previous championship and Super Bowl going teams. They have a lot of injuries. They have a lot of injuries, and if you look at this team, Brock Purdy has gotten better, but the rest of the team has not. Brock Purdy is playing at that I want to get back to the Super Bowl level, and everybody around them they either playing stagnant or they playing hurt. Juwan Jennings has been their best wide receiver this season. He continues to be that. Debo is in and out of the lineup. Ayuk is gone for the season. Ricky Pearsall, he's pretty good, but I don't think he did nothing yesterday.
He disappeared yesterday.
Yeah, no Kittle yesterday. McCaffrey, he's looking good, but they don't look like that team. And what you used to have with San Francisco, San Francisco used to be the team that they came out with the big boom box, and they had that swagger about them, and people they'll never admit it, but they had a little fear to them when they came to the stadium. I don't think they have that no more. People not scared to play the 49ers no more.
Especially with them being hurt the way they've been.
Yep.
Um, I didn't see it, and I really didn't see many highlights. But did I see Geno Smith pay homage to Marshawn Lynch?
I don't know. I didn't on the run.
Yeah, I heard he dived, and when he did dive, he grabbed them nuts.
I don't know. Now, Jameson Williams did in Detroit yesterday.
Okay,
I seen that.
okay, that
Now, what
might
Gino
have been it.
did do, he did this. He put him to sleep like Steph do. He did do that. Uh, Jackson Smith and Jigba is becoming a legit 1A, 1B with DK Metcalf.
Yeah,
What he had, 109 yards yesterday? 10 catches for 109 yards yesterday. And hey, if San Francisco is going to make the playoffs, they pretty much got to run the table.
not
They
gonna
may have
happen.
room for one loss,
Not gonna happen.
and I don't think it's going to happen either. They came into the season banged up because they lost Dre Greenlaw in the Super Bowl. Uh, he tore his Achilles in the Super Bowl. You come in, Christian McCaffrey was hurt. Debo been in and out, like I said. Ayuk is gone for the season. Kittle is hurt, but he's having a hell of a season. And it's like, Brock Purdy, he's showing you that he's willing, he's enough to get paid because he's keeping you relevant right now. I don't know, T. I don't see it for San Francisco.
Now, I think this season is pretty much a wash. Um, I'm not saying they should start a tank,
Nah,
but I am saying that they should watch their stars and do what they can to keep them healthy. Because if
yeah,
you're gonna make a run at it next year, you're gonna have to need all of them healthy.
yeah. Debo's pretty much gone, right?
Um, I
I
don't
mean,
remember his
they can't keep
contract.
everybody. I know they wanted to trade him during the draft, and they was talking about trading him before the deadline. So it seemed like they pretty much done with Debo.
Probably.
Uh,
Um, I seen when he walked into the stadium with the black leather jacket and the short black shorts. Somebody called him flaming hot Debo's. I mean,
hey,
maybe he fits in San Francisco.
that's the uh OG 615 down there. That's what we was talking about when he got that 3-day ban too.
Oh yeah.
I think that's what we was talking about. It may not have been, but I think that's what we was talking about.
He said the F word. Got
Yeah.
banned.
Mm-hmm.
Anyways, let's move on. Cause we got two more games to discuss, and then we got Monday night. Buffalo versus Kansas City. This was a good game.
It lived up to the hype.
Yep.
It lived up to the hype. Um, I think Josh Allen made himself the front runner for MVP. You know this is gonna change every week.
Yep.
Uh, this ain't nothing new. I'm not surprised. He always beat him in the regular season. I would beat him in the play. I want to see Josh Allen beat
Beat
Patrick
them in the
Mahomes in the playoffs.
beat them in the playoffs.
Now, the one
I
thing I will say, and we don't go deep. We just give y'all our opinion, and we don't dig deep into no NFL science. We ain't got nobody looking up analytics or nothing. I want y'all to pay attention to how defenses are playing Kansas City. So Sunday, when you watch them play and they put Xavier Worthy or D Hop or somebody or Kelsey in motion, watch to see if somebody travels with them or not. These teams are playing man because they listen to what I'm saying because it's not gonna make sense because it's so crazy. They are literally playing man defense and begging Patrick Mahomes to beat them. That's how little faith they have in these wide receivers and these tight ends. And it is working because Patrick Mahomes is having an awful season. He's not playing good this season. And they are literally playing man defense on these receivers. And everybody was talking about Xavier Worthy, how great he was. And he can be good. But for whatever reason, him and Mahomes on these deep passes, either he's not trying to get himself in position to where he can get both of his feet in, or Patrick Mahomes is just not throwing the ball correctly. And it may be a mixture of both. I don't know. But it's done happened more than once, and that is a concern. Kelsey's up and down. Kelsey can still play football. Let's not get that mistaken. He can still play football. D Hop is D Hop. He's decent. Juju Smith Schuster was getting cardio yesterday. Uh, but I bet you thought you would never hear the day where you would hear someone say that they are daring Patrick Mahomes to beat them passing. This is a run first football team with a great defense. So Buffalo beat them. They beat them straight up. Uh, like I said, Josh Allen looks good. He still ain't got his chemistry down with Amari Cooper. He did not have Keon Coleman. Josh Allen led him in rushing yesterday. It's a dangerous football team. They look like Buffalo. I don't think nobody has a problem with Buffalo other than can they beat Kansas City in the playoffs. I was long winded. My bad.
It's all right. Talking good info. Keep me from having to talk. But anyway, the game that you said was your game of the week, which I was like, yeah, whatever. This ain't gonna be
Hey, I
that good.
told you.
This ain't gonna be that good of a game. But it had me on the edge of my seat late.
It's a hell of a game.
Man, I did have J.K. Dobbins and Jamar Chase for anytime touchdowns parlayed with Joe Mixon. I think
Hmm.
I'm gonna let that ride.
Yeah, you let that ride. Um, Joe Burrow is have if Joe Burrow had a 8-2 record, Joe Burrow would probably be the unanimous MVP right now.
If Joe
Joe
Burrow
Burrow
had
playing
T
out of
Higgins the
his
whole
mind,
season,
huh?
if he had T Higgins the whole season, it'd be a whole different story.
It would be a whole different story. Joe Burrow is playing out of his mind this season, and nobody even bats an eye at it because
Chase
of their
Brown,
record.
Chase Brown balling.
Chase Brown is balling. Uh, Jamar Chase is Jamar Chase still. You know, yesterday, I don't know if you was watching the game in the fourth quarter. They was driving, and I don't know what it was, but Jamar Chase was wide open, and they missed him. Did not look his way, and I thought that was crazy. T. Higgins had a hell of a game yesterday. J.K. Dobbins scored that 29-yard touchdown late. The Chargers, I'm telling you, have the Chargers played the Chiefs this season yet?
I don't think so. Tell you, I sure tell you, the Chargers. Yeah, they played them. They lost 17-10.
Okay, and that was like what the second or third week.
Um, fourth game.
Oh, they done played them twice already.
Nuh-uh. They got them. They got them in shit 3 weeks. The
Okay,
Chargers. The Chargers to finish out. They got the Ravens, Falcons, Chiefs, Buccaneers, Broncos, Patriots, and Raiders. Oh, hold on. Yeah, that's correct. Yeah.
okay. So right now, presently constructed, the Chargers are 7-3. The Chiefs are 9-1. This Chargers team, these Chargers, they got a good football team. Justin Herbert was on one in that first half yesterday, and he kind of dwindled away. But
He's
Cincinnati is probably the best 4-17 in NFL history, and I don't know if they're gonna make it to the playoffs right now. I don't. Right now, they're the 10th seed. Denver is 6-5. They're 4-7. They needed that game yesterday.
right now. The Chargers are starting to play John Harbaugh football. Not John, Jim Harbaugh
Jim
football.
Harbaugh, yeah.
Speaking of, next week it's the Harbaugh Bowl.
Ravens, Chargers.
Ravens Chargers.
Looking forward to that game.
But he's building his players up. He's building their confidence up. He's building relationships with them, and he's got them playing. Early in the year, Herbert was playing kind of questionable, but Herbert's starting to play like a top draft pick now, and it
Yep.
helps that he's got Lad McConkey. Um,
He had a game last night.
man, Quentin Johnson starting to get involved.
Yep.
Will Disley. So they
He had
got
a
a team.
touchdown last night. They
Yeah,
do.
this it did.
J.K. Dobbins look healthy
Man, looking
finally.
good. Looking good.
That's a dangerous football team.
And the later in the season they get, the more dangerous they're going to get because late in the season, defense is where it's at. And their defense is playing very well.
So I have an interesting.
Statistic.
No, it's just an interesting fact that I found out. Did you know the Cincinnati Bengals are not named after the tiger?
Fill me in.
They are named after a stove. Did you know that? STOVE, what you cook on, they are named after the stove. Did you know that?
I did not know that.
They are. They were named after the founder of the Bengal stove. His name was Hal Pennington. In his mother's kitchen, she had a Bengal stove. That's what the Cincinnati Bengals are named after. They are not named after the tiger. Little fun fact for y'all today.
I don't know what to think about that.
Hey, I'm just telling you.
I guess when they get to cooking, they get to cooking, huh?
Joe Burrow was definitely cooking yesterday.
Uh, Speaking of team names, um, not necessarily the name, but the Steelers logo.
Hmm.
Did you see the story on how they got there?
I didn't.
You have to look into it, but it had to do with the Steel Workers Union and all that, but Iron Workers Union, Steelers, all that. But yeah, it's an interesting story. Look into it.
I'm gonna have to look into that.
So tonight we got the Texans and the Cowgirls. Yeah, doggy.
You know who I'm for.
I any smart person would be for the Texans tonight.
Uh, CD Lamb is healthy. He did have a. I did. They used to be called the Steagles. I did know that. The Eagles and the Steelers used to be one football team.
I didn't know that.
Yeah, I did know that one. That one I did know. Nico Collins come back tonight from his hamstring. CD Lamb is healthy. He had a back injury. Um, I just want CJ Stroud to do well. I want them to put Dallas out of their misery. Uh, Will Anderson is out. He's still out, man. That's concerning here that he's missed a couple of games, but I think they're gonna be okay. I still think they're gonna rush Cooper Rush tonight. They can go on and get this game over with early so we can get on Call of Duty. That's what I'm trying to do tonight. I really don't.
I'm gonna be on Call of Duty while I'm watching the game. Don't worry about that.
I meant to tell y'all this too yesterday. I don't know if we didn't talk about this game yesterday, did we?
We didn't. We
So
skipped it and went.
last week they played the Eagles, right? And Jerry Jones and CeeDee Lamb was talking about the light was the reason why CeeDee Lamb didn't catch the touchdown pass or whatever. Do you know that they put curtains up for the Tyson Paul fight, but they didn't put curtains up for the reason that they got the damn stadium? Somebody put that on TikTok yesterday. They actually had blackout curtains hung up for the fight, but they did not think to have curtains hung up for the team that actually plays in the stadium. That is absolutely phenomenally amazing to me.
Well, somebody made the post also after the Tyson fight is at least you don't have to wait till Monday night to see a bad showing in AT&T Stadium.
Somebody also said Jake Paul has more wins in AT&T Stadium this year than Dallas. I did see that.
Oh,
People
oh.
really hate Dallas, man. I'm not gonna bash on them.
That's supposed to be America's team.
It's not. It's Detroit now. It's
Yeah,
either Detroit or Pittsburgh. I honestly, I don't.
Detroit,
I think it's Detroit now.
Detroit.
I'm gonna say this about Dallas though. Michael Parsons not gonna be a Cowboy for too much long. I just don't see it. He's saying when you ever heard somebody say something without saying it,
I do it
like
all the
somebody,
time.
huh?
I do it all the time.
Yeah, they'll say something, but they just won't directly say it. He don't want to be in Dallas. He doesn't like the atmosphere. He doesn't. You can tell he's disinterested. He's a hell of a player, but he don't want to be there.
He gonna go where he can get paid.
He coming to Philadelphia.
Man, there you go with that. That's been your story all year, and you sticking to it, huh?
The stars are aligned for this man to come to Philadelphia.
Oh yeah, he had the booty cheeks hanging out, Abraham.
Man, I think I got erectile dysfunction seeing that shit.
All I saw was buffering, buffering, buffering. Mike Tyson's ass, buffering, buffering.
Shit this man had that was disturbing.
Oh, oh.
Anyway, man, what's your bets tonight? I don't.
Do
I'm Joe Mixon to get a touchdown. I
so? Do
will.
we do we have a 100% healthy Nico Collins, or are they just putting him out there?
He was off the injury report. He said he's ready to go.
So I didn't put in a lot of bets for this game, but what made the most sense to me is where is it? Joe Mixon over 20 and a half rushing attempts because once they get up, they're going to utilize him. I had
Mm-hmm.
Joe Mixon over 105 and a half rushing plus receiving yards. He going to get that. And then I got him for anytime touchdown. I actually parlayed that, but I need to go back and run the singles.
I give you a sneaky play. I like to find little inside bets that may have some intrigue. The Houston Texans starting tight end Dalton Schultz used to be a Dallas Cowboy. This is his homecoming. He may try to have a good game. They may want him to have a good game or at least score a touchdown today. I don't know what the odds on Dalton Schultz scoring a touchdown today, but those are little things that you have to look into. The Cowboys are awful in the red zone as an offense and a defense. They've been awful at everything this year. It's not even just ganging up and talking down on them. They just haven't been a good football team this year. Um, if Houston gives C.J. Stroud time, he's going to shred them. Joe Mixon, I mean, you can put him down for whatever you want to put him down for. I would go 50, at least 50 yards, 50, 60, somewhere in there. Um, they have Nico back, like T said, and Tank Dell. And what about John Mechie? What's his over under today?
Hold on. Before we move to John Mechie, okay. So Dalton Schultz does not have a touchdown this season yet,
Mm-hmm.
but the Cowboys are ranked 29th in the league in touchdowns allowed by tight ends. Sounds like a good matchup to me.
Hey, man.
And that's plus three something.
I
And you
was
said,
thinking about that. He
what's
said, "What
Mechie's
if
line on
Dallas?"
what?
He said, "What if Dallas wins?" It's
Uh,
crazy enough to happen. I think it's crazy enough to happen because no one really sees the path to it happening. Mike McCarthy did come out and say that Rico Dowdle is his number one running back. It's not running back by committee. That's the guy, and that's the way it's going to be moving forward. I will play Rico Dowdle. I don't think he's going to have a big game, but maybe 40, maybe 40 yards. Um,
John Mechie's over under is 16 and a half.
I think he can get that.
Should be able to.
Yeah, I think he can get that. What is CeeDee Lamb?
CeeDee Lamb.
It's probably like 60 something.
Uh,
Because they're gonna put what's the damn is it Stingley? Stingley Jr. Was that him in Houston?
You always talking about games that'll be a good chance that there's a defensive touchdown.
This is one of them.
This is one of them. I definitely put Jalen Petrie or Stingley down for an interception.
Hmm.
Actually, let me look right here.
It may be a fumble recovery touchdown too, because they're gonna be on Cooper Rush. You better believe that.
CD Lamb 58 and a half.
Damn, that's low. That,
Um,
that, that let you know right there.
it's not the greatest matchup for them with Cooper Rush being at quarterback, but he will target him. That'll be his number one target. But
Hmm.
as far as let's see what they defense is ranked.
Oh, I definitely would take the under on receivers. Only one I wouldn't is CD Lamb because they just gonna throw him the ball as much as they can. That's the only reason why. What he had last, I think last week he had like 6 catches for 30 yards or something.
Okay, so Houston is ranked 17th in receiving yards allowed to uh to wide receivers, but they rank third in receiving yards allowed.
CD Lamb. I mean, he good. He good enough to where you gotta play him. Maybe not for that much, but you gotta play him.
I mean, he's gonna be the main target. I don't think Cooper Rush is gonna know to throw to anybody else.
Yeah. Mm-mm. Who else? C.J. Stroud over 200 yards passing.
That should be fairly obvious.
I don't want to go. I don't want to go too high because I
Um,
think they're gonna run the ball a lot.
I want to say right there at it, right there
Yeah.
at 200. That'd be if he played for me. I'd probably put Cooper Rush under 200.
Oh yeah. I wouldn't put him over. They're gonna blitz the shit out of Cooper Rush tonight.
They better. If Nico is fully healthy, 5.5 receptions is something that he's done on a regular basis.
Hmm.
Cowboys are 2-7 against the spread, which is second worst in the league. They failed to cover at home when they were favorites in Week 10. Let's see, Texas 4-2 against the spread since October. 7 of their last 10 games have hit the under, but that's because their offense was struggling. They got Nico back and Joe Mixon is rolling, so I wouldn't necessarily bet that under today.
I'm going 27-10 Houston.
It's not a bad outlook. Let me I want to see something real quick before we get up out of here.
Hey man, appreciate y'all for tuning in too.
Like we always say, we are nothing without you. Come on, give me my predictions. Where they at? I'm slower than molasses today. Don't even worry about me. The general consensus is about 26-10.
Man, still in my prediction.
Hey man, I didn't steal it. That is,
No, I'm talking about the consensus.
oh yeah. So a lot of times, and they're fairly accurate or within range. Um, NFLGameSim.com, they sim the games like 1,000 times and go on average. Um, it's crazy, but yeah. So we're
As you
doing a
can
Friday.
tell, we not too excited about this game tonight.
What game? Call of Duty. I'm excited about it.
No, this Houston Cowboys game.
Oh, that game. My fault, player. I got distracted by the thoughts of shooting somebody. Oh,
Not in real life, ladies
no,
and
no,
gentlemen.
on Call of Duty. Call of Duty. Golly. I don't never want to have to shoot nobody, but I think we will do a show this Friday night. Um, and it will be geared towards this week's. We'll see. Abraham with me, but we'll do a show this Friday night about this weekend's college football games. Everything is starting to heat up. Um, I got a little more free time. He got all the free time in the world.
For now.
Well, he said he on all night. As a matter of fact, go on and fire that Xbox up, that old trash ass system y'all got.
Everybody know Xbox better than
Thursday
PlayStation.
night, Steelers Browns.
Oh, I guess we do need to talk about it. Steelers gonna win,
Steelers gonna win.
and they gonna score a defensive touchdown.
They ain't gonna score no defensive touchdown. I don't know. James likes to throw some interceptions sometimes.
That's what I'm talking about right there. He done had two. He done had what? He had a great game, a bad game. He just had another good game. It's time for a bad game again.
Abraham said he throwing 3 interceptions.
T.J.
Uh,
Watt,
it depends on his pregame speech.
Pittsburgh gonna win. That's all. Pittsburgh is going to win. Cleveland won't get over 10 points that game.
Do they even have a line on that game yet?
No, and they shouldn't.
Actually, they should, and they do have a line on it. I'm pretty sure.
Without
Uh,
looking, I'm gonna say Pittsburgh 7.5.
try
Oh, hey
again.
man, before we get out of here,
Try again. 4 points.
uh, 4.
Four.
Where is it at? Cleveland or Pittsburgh?
Cleveland.
Oh, and they always give 3 points to the home team, so that's 7.
Boy, you love that theory.
I mean, they do. It was one of the first things I learned about betting. If they always give the home team 3 points for a reason, even if they ain't the better team. Oh, but go
Before we
Texans.
get
I appreciate y'all.
now,
Like I
you
said,
said before we get out of here something. Finish what you were gonna say.
oh, we game. We don't just do sports. We game. So if y'all want a game, I am Glock Holiday 83 on Xbox One. I'm
T
on there.
T dash Magic 615 or T Magic 615 without the dash on just about everything gaming wise. So go on, turn up.
Yeah, we on there. And
We got merchandise.
we got merch. We got merch, man. But anyway, I appreciate y'all listening in. The game will be on probably within an hour. If you're going to watch it, it will be on my phone. It will not be on my TV.
Oh, by the way, Thanksgiving is next week. We will probably do a Wednesday show to cover the Thanksgiving games.
Yeah.
And if you need a smoked turkey or some chicken or something, Mike over there smoking it for a fee.
It's on Facebook. Look me up. I got you.
Appreciate y'all. See y'all later this week.
Yep.